Now, I know you read the title and immediately said, "Reachy, you libtard, not everything you dislike is problematic. What are you, gay?" 1. I hate the word as well, but I need views. 2. Fictophilia is kinda problematic. If you live under a rock or just want to hear my voice, thanks by the way. Fictophilia is an extreme attraction towards fictional characters as if they were real. Sometimes this attraction can be stronger than it would be towards an actual breathing person. It can be sexual, romantic, or even both. Now, why am I talking about this? As anime fans, we often pick our favorite characters and give them the title waifu or husbando. This isn't inherently problematic, seeing as you just like the character the most, and I am also no stranger to this concept. Don't lie, we all love anime titties. That's why you've subbed to me, and if you haven't, now's the perfect chance to be a part of the cool kids. The problem doesn't lie with if you like fictional titties or dick. Happy Pride Month, by the way. It's with your obsession. Yes, I'm going to be talking about that side of fandoms. As most youngsters, I've been frequently scrolling through TikTok during quarantine, and I've noticed a glaring problem on the anime side of things. A lot of people treat their favorite characters as if they were real people. Yes, these are a lot more frequent in some fandoms. But this doesn't make the anime or show bad. The problem lies with the person. I'm not saying that anyone who has a favorite character is bad. I'm saying that there's a certain criteria that a typical fictophile falls under. Normally, they're very lonely, have trouble socially, are experiencing some sort of mental health issue, and are around their late teens and early 20s. This is proven by a Reddit post I found, which also reminded me of this topic, where most of the users fell under this criteria in one way or another. Most of the users who replied were generally around 15 to 23, with one user, who was 30 at the time the post was published, stating he fell in love with his waifu at 18. Accounting for users who gave a general idea of how old they are, I came to the average age of 19.73. If we round that up, we get 20. That falls in line with what I originally said about the average fictophile's criteria. Why is this? As much as I hate to admit it, I am a part of Gen Z. I'm 20 and was born in 2001. Despite me being Gen Z, I cannot relate to a middle school child no matter how much people say Gen Z is the same. One thing anyone in Gen Z can understand is mental health, even the self-diagnosers. Yes, I am attacking the sad Bart kids. Mental health within the past 2 decades, hey, that's the time all of us grew up, has become a more widely understood topic. It's also become less of a taboo topic, but not because of us. Some Gen Z kids really want to take that credit though. Because of this, we are more likely to figure out any mental health issue in someone. One thing has changed, however. Gen Z is probably the most mentally ill generation in a very long time. No, I am not making mental illness out to be a bad thing. This just follows the narrative I've been spewing about fictophilia. According to a January 2019 article by the American Psychology Association, Gen Z experiences worse mental health than any other generation. 27% of Gen Z is likely to have poor mental health compared to the drama queen-filled previous generation, millennials, who come in at just 15%. For my viewers who are just as bad at math as I am, that's 12% higher. What exactly is causing this? My theory is our exposure to media at such a young age compared to other generations. Notice how millennials have a higher percentage than Gen X, the generation before them, 15% compared to 13%. Still, that number is not a drastic difference, but I feel as if it's due to the introduction of the internet. Back when it first started, the internet was a wildly different place than it is now. Completely unrestricted, but not nearly as credible when it comes to news. The perfect age for unrestricted internet access is probably the 2000s to mid-2010s. At this point, more and more news and journalism sites started popping up, and a generation growing up on the internet, Zoomers, would see things their parents wouldn't even notice until their teenage years, maybe even their adulthood. All of this negative news of the world has a way of weighing down on a child's mind, causing them to become weary of the world at too young of an age. 57% of Gen Z were reported to be stressed by the immigration issue in America. This was prominent news starting around 2017. At this time, most Zoomers were not even 18 yet. This is in contrast to 45% of all adults, a 12% difference. Connecting the dots, The overload of negative information has affected these teenagers and kids' mental health. Of course, they would want an escape from the world's problems, and some of them have found resonation in their love for a fictional character. Okay, from this point onwards, everything I say will be 100% opinionated. If you disagree with what I say, please yell at me at twitter.com/Richie_V1, link in description. Thank you. I absolutely hate fictophilia. I hate it with a burning passion, and nothing can match it. I get why some people get to this point, but if they have no intention of getting past this phase, it ultimately damages their social skills and perception of people. Yes, that drawing is really cool, but you have no reason to have feelings meant for an actual person for that drawing. I don't care what anyone says, this is not normal. It will never be normal. I only made this video because I got tired of one of those artists who, I'm not releasing the name of, kept talking about a fictional character as if they were actually their boyfriend. First of all, that character would not actually like you, and second of all, I have a fear that their love for this character will actually impact their life in the future. I do think devoting your love life to a fictional character is very creepy as well. Yes, this is coming from the guy who boasted about buying some anime figures on Twitter, but I don't think 2 pieces of PVC equates to subscribing to this fantasy of marrying and devoting yourself to a drawing or some pixels. I genuinely wish anyone who suffers, yes, suffers, from fictophilia to get some sort of help. Despite what you may say, it's not healthy and it actually pushes your progress backwards socially. I'm not saying that having a strong connection to a character is wrong, it's not. There are characters in anime and games that I have a strong connection to for one reason or another, basically my comfort characters. But I, in no way, am attracted to them as if they were a real person. In conclusion, yes, I know I made a video about waifus, but wasn't it obvious that I was mostly joking about waifu culture? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.
Let's go. Back in the middle, it's gone. She like I smell cologne. Yeah, I just signed a deal, I'm on.